So here we go again. People looking for attention, so they come to their father in order to get the answers. Here I am. Cindy stated, Seiji, did you ask the women in your life, your girlfriend, relatives, and friends, do they like what he said? Because I don't. I mean, but realistically, Cindy, you're not my girlfriend, you're not a relative, you're not a wife, you're not a fiance, you're not anything to me, you're not even a friend. So I'm not sure why you even put yourself directly in that box as if I even know who you are. I've never even known a woman in my life, even with the name Cindy. That sounds pretty unseasoned directly to me. And like I said before, I don't know specifically who it is that you are. I'm not even sure what state that you're in. More than likely, we have never even met in real life other than on this platform that I created that you decided to bring your unsalted, cultured, swinish type of self directly here to get attention directly from me. Then she stated, he sounded like he was criticizing more than complimenting, and in such a rude and sexually nasty way. Well, maybe if you weren't such uncultured swine, that you would understand that that is not clearly what he was trying to do. And also, more than likely, because you're uncultured and unseasoned yourself, you would realize that more than likely this is not even a topic or a conversation for yourself. You sound like you are suffering from some type of feminist type of ideology where you just want to negatively go after black men while not going after your own men who have subjugated you to the type of circumstances that you have been in. This is the reason why you have the women's suffrage movement and a variety of other things, because you were deemed and seen as second class citizens, if not lower than a dog, which is considered to be man's best friend. Mind you, you are supposed to be your man's best friend. So take that how you take it. I guess you're sleeping on the floor while the dog is sleeping in the bed. Now we'll continue. Besides, what's taking him so long to find his so-called natural wife? Well, maybe if you weren't alabaster, which yet again I'm assuming, and even if you aren't, I'm still going to consider you alabaster due to the fact of the way that you're deciding to question a black man and the reason why it is that he does not have a black woman on his shoulder or directly next to him, or that he is directly married to at this moment in time. Maybe what's taking him so long is that the women that he's run into are not matching up with the things that he finds or deems to be attractive. You would know this if you were actually a man, but you're not. But yet you're making comments and you're trying to question a man's preference when it comes to a woman, when clearly you are a woman, not dealing with what it is that a man has to do and deal with when it comes to courtship and trying to, get the attention and to find that specific type of woman, right? And then you later on wanted to put some emojis in there trying to be funny. And then you stated that I don't believe he would date a woman he was really attracted to because of her weave or false lashes. What? Who said that in the past that he hasn't done that? He didn't state that. He's stating at this point in time where he is in his life when it comes to his understanding of Euro beauty standards, and also seeing the psychological warfare that is taking place and happening on an everyday basis to black women. He made up his mind that he's not going to be a part of that. That he wants a woman that is going to be natural, that is going to be in her every day. The same way that she was born, the same way that she came out of the womb is the same way that she is, in a sense, presenting herself when he sees her, wherever they're at. That's all he's sitting up there stating. He's stating that your natural is beautiful to me. I don't need you to be any other type of way to try to deem yourself as presentable. He's saying that you in your natural form, in your God-given form, is what I find beautiful, what I find attractive, what I find lovely, what I love about you. That's what he was trying to say. And like I said before, if you actually, Cindy, go through the comments and not pay attention to the people that spam like the one that's directly underneath you, you would actually see that there are a lot of other women who actually don't have an issue, who don't actually have a problem with what it is that he stated. The women that do have a problem like yourself, are usually the ones that are quote unquote allies that like to hide behind the screen, trying to make it seem like you are aligning yourself with black women and the plight of whatever it is that they are going through. And realistically, you can never understand, because your man has 100% done this to black women, has brainwashed black women, has had them or made them to believe certain types of things of a Euro standard, including BMI charts, including hair textures, including the color of their skin, including their body shapes, making them feel that they are inferior when in comparison to European women. Like I said before, a lot of the games that you decide to play, I can see these. Maybe other people, maybe other women out here can't specifically see these, but like I said before, people will decide to tell on themselves if you let them write and speak long enough. And that's clearly what Cindy is doing here. So this is clearly what I'm trying to, show and tell to a lot of other black people, especially black women out here, that you have some of those who are quote unquote trying to be allies or trying to masquerade as allies or as black women when realistically they're not. And they're trying to, in a sense, point you away from black men, and they're trying to badmouth black men in a way to make you, in a sense, detest, black men who have a certain type of opinion or a certain type of approach or different things like that. Like I said before, you have a lot of agents out here who are working against black women, and quite a few of those show themselves directly on this platform.
New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
All right, so let's look at this thread real quick, right? J.R. Jackson stated that they get mad when you call them beautiful without the Euro features, question mark. That sounds like self-hate to me, as most slash some of today's women don't love themselves, right? That was his opinion that he put out there. And then you had Roughly, who stated, heard it's really bad in the UK from what I've heard. Now, this one, it gets good. Now you have Cindy Christian, who stated, because they see men with money, celebrities, mostly with women who look nothing like them and who certainly aren't wearing natural hair. Even if they don't have plastic surgery, they all have their similar looks, usually light skin, wavy hair or weave, small waist, large hips, and behind. I don't know how old he is, but he does not appear to be in his 20s, so what's taking him so long to find a natural wife? If they want you, I mean really want you, a weave and false eyelashes won't stop him. He's making excuses and I ain't buying it. Okay, now this is what I'm going to sit up there and say for Cindy, right? She wanted to state that, she focuses on, or the main thing that I always see a lot of women state is that, oh, when you look at these celebrity men, or when you look at these celebrity black men, look at who they dating. Why are you paying attention to guys that you more than likely don't even have a chance with? Like I said, for me, I might sit up there and focus on, Rihanna every now and again, or another, like black woman. Like I said, I'm going to sit up and look because, they are very beautiful. But realistically, I know that I'm not in that tax bracket. I don't move in those circles. I'm not in that realm to even have a shot or to even throw my name directly out there. Even if I was at a concert, I wouldn't have a chance. Just being honest. Like I said, I'm being real, right? So with me being real and honest with myself, why is it that you have a lot of women out here that cannot seem to do the same thing? For whatever reason, women being women, they feel that whatever guy that they are attracted to that is a celebrity, they automatically have a chance in their minds, that they automatically have a chance with this guy. And I'm like, let's just be honest here. We're all ordinary people. We have a chance with people who are roughly within that same realm. Now, you might have a few people that might shoot out of that box, out of that realm, and they might just get so lucky, but that's like less than 3, 2, 1%. of people out here on this planet that can actually do that. That's like a woman right now walking outside of her house and bumping into like a prince from like Saudi Arabia or somewhere in Europe or Africa, and now she's a queen. Yeah, that's a rarity. That's a rarity. You got a better chance of getting struck by lightning twice, or hitting the lottery, or an airplane part just randomly hitting you from out the sky. Like, you have more of a chance than those three things happening versus you running into a prince from some other country at your doorstep. Just being honest. So like I said before, stop putting all your eggs in one basket and stop focusing on guys, celebrity guys who don't even know that you exist. All of the celebrity men that I've always heard women talk about, these guys don't even know their first names. These guys don't even know that these women exist. You know why? Because you're one of tens of millions of women who literally try to knock down those dudes' doors every single time that they show up or leave a picture on IG, Twitter, do a YouTube video, movies, whatever it is. But it's like you're trying to make it seem like you are beyond those odds because you are you. All right. You can stay in that reality then. And then you can sit up there and stay mad when that celebrity guy that you have your crush on is dating somebody who doesn't look like you. He didn't betray you. You betrayed yourself because you decided that you wanted to be stupid. Just being honest. Right? So then Cindy wanted to state that all of these looks that these women have, and usually they have a certain type of look. You're right. Because if a guy has a certain type of woman that he wants to go for, he's going to go after that certain type. It is what it is. If women want a guy that is 6 feet tall, that has abs, that's walking around with the Titanic and everything else, guess what? Women are going to go after and specifically seek that guy, correct? Because going back to what she stated at the end, she was like, I don't know how old he is, but he does not appear to be in his 20s. What does it matter what age he is? If he's not married, a lot of women, I've heard this, right? They said that it's very hard out here in the dating game to find, a man that is never been married, never been divorced, that doesn't have any type of kids, that's not in and out of jail and all. So, like I said before, you're judging this man because he's not married. You're judging this man because of his age. But yet, if he has good credit, never been in jail, don't have kids, never been married, and never been divorced, what's the issue with whatever his age is? Maybe that man, that black man that she's specifically talking about that was on the video, maybe he was like, you know what, let me take my time with this. Let me make sure that I'm correct and that I can come to a woman correct before anything else. Let me just make sure I got all of my I's dotted and my T's crossed. Let me make sure of that. But like I said before, you got somebody like Cindy who wants to be a conspiracy theorist and wants to question every single thing because she feels that because he's not moving a certain type of way that, everything ain't on an up and up. First of all, Cindy, are you even married? Do you have a fiance? How long have you been married? How many kids do you have? I'm just going to be honest. These are just honest questions because if you are going to tell me that you are a married woman, you should not be worried about single women issues because you're no longer in that pool. You're out of that pool. Anything that you got to say, it don't even matter. You're married. Stay in a married person's place. Just going to be honest. Just going to be honest. And that's if you're married. Right? And then later on, she wanted to sit up there and state that what has taken him so long to find his natural wife. Right? Well, maybe the women that have come up to him are not the ones that he finds attractive or suitable. Maybe they do not have the qualifications to be that quote unquote wife that he is looking for. Like I said before, you're just making it seem like he should just be marrying like any woman out here just because that she's a woman. Nah, that's ridiculous. That's like me sitting up there saying, like, if you're trying to find a man, then just date any man out here. There's a whole bunch of guys. Nah, because maybe that dude might not meet your qualifications. But like I said before, it's funny how these stipulations are always in effect when it comes to black men trying to find something very specific within a preference that we have. But yet, if a woman has a preference, it's whatever it is. That's her preference. Why are you worried about it? If you're not her preference, don't say nothing, right? And that's the same way I feel here, Cindy. If you are not fitting within this man's preference, why are you worried about him? More than likely, you're not even attracted to him. More than likely, you wouldn't even deem him as a suitor. Matter of fact, you wouldn't even try to date him. Let's just all be honest here. You wouldn't even try to date him. Just looking at how you're writing this, you wouldn't even try to date him. But yet, you're focused on him and what it is that he stated was his preference, was his opinion. But magically, that's a wrong thing to do, even though he's actively seeking. Ruffy responded, probably taking him so long because everything has to align. He could find a natural woman, but she could have a nasty attitude. No one wants to be interlocked with a toxic person. He probably has things he wants to protect. 100%. He ain't trying to sit up there and get set up like somebody appears one type of way, and then when you get married to this woman, everything breaks loose, and now you have to basically deal with divorce proceedings and having everything stolen and taken away from you because, she lied. But there's no way to 100% prove that in court. You just got to suck it up and deal with it. So then Cindy replied, sorry, but more excuses. He's looking for natural perfection, and those women don't exist. Maybe it's his approach. He sounded rude and sexually weird with those statements down there. I was like, man, are you serious? He needs to change his game because that was foul. Actually, no. He did actually switch it up because when he came nice, and this is directed towards Cindy because she obviously doesn't know what it is to be a guy and to come to somebody, a woman, and you're trying to state things as nicely as possible, right? So let's go by the first part. She said that it was excuses. So you mean to tell me that a man who doesn't want to deal with a woman with a nasty attitude and who is toxic, those are excuses. So you're telling me that a man should just deal with it just because she's a woman. You're a liar to yourself. You're a liar to yourself. That's like me sitting up to tell a woman, like, a guy is a guy, even if he's, abusive and he's doing all of these things to you, you should still sit up there and deal with him. No, that's stupid. Why would I want a woman to deal with somebody who's going to be both physically and verbally abusive to them, who's going to be detrimental to their life? Why would I want a woman to sit up there and deal with that? I wouldn't. But like I said, if you're going by what Cindy basically stated, a man should just deal with it just because it's a woman, right? And then she wants to go on this whole other thing, which yet again, she's putting words in this black man's mouth. He never stated that he wanted natural perfection. He never stated that he was looking for a woman that was perfect. He stated that he was looking for a woman that was just natural. That was it. And he was stating like, yo, I love you for being natural, but have Cindy sit up there and tell it, oh, he's looking for perfection. He's looking for somebody who, who's unshakable and all these. He never said any of those things. That's you sitting up there trying to read into that and then trying to extract something else in order to make a stance for yourself to sit up there and stand on. Like I say, you sound completely ridiculous and stupid. 100%. And then you wanted to sit up like, all right, fine. If you want to say he sounded rude, no problem. But then you wanted to go on some whole other thing, like he was harassing this woman live on TV. Like, oh, he was sounding weird with that statement down there. He basically stated, because you're simple. Obviously, you're old. I'm just going to look at it like that. Cindy Christian, obviously you're old. You haven't, whatever timeline you came from, that was like some post-war era, type of deal. So what he's basically stating is that what is up top is not going to be the same below. And that is factual. If you look at a guy, the hair that he has is more than likely, if he's not bald, of course, more than likely the hair that he has up top is going to sit up there and match below. The same thing when it comes to women. Usually, the hair that is up top is going to match what it is below. So, but you wanted to try to make it seem like he's being some type of predator up here on national TV. Like I said before, this is the type of stuff that I tell people, be very careful when you read these comments, because you have people like this that will try to make it seem like something is when it's not. She literally in one comment tried to tell a black man like, yo, you need to just deal with a woman however she is, even if she's toxic, even if she's no good for you. Regardless of whatever you got to protect, you said that you wanted this type of woman, so you should deal with whatever basically comes with it. Wrong. No, you shouldn't. You should deal with the things that you want to sit up here and deal with at the end of the day. Right? And then you want to sit up there and make it seem like he was being sexually weird with his statement. Man, get this feminism BS directly out of here, because that's the time that you're on. I can clearly see that. And you're trying to sit up there and say that he needs to change this game. No, you need to sit up there and go back to whatever timeline you fell from. Whatever time machine that you use, hurry up and fix that. Get the parts that you need from us and go back, because we don't need you here. Because like I said before, you got some old type of thinking and old type of ways about yourself, right? And then here we go with the same old from the person below. I'm not even gonna read the comment, because it's the exact same thing that I stated to you guys before. And depending on if I happen to put the whole comment up here, you will basically see how many times that this person decided to write the exact same thing multiple times. Janet Johnson stated, "That's his truth. She feels offended. I've always been natural. That's who I am. And when a man says that he loves me being natural, I appreciate that. I'm very comfortable in being who I am. All of my life. Never wanted to wear weaves, wigs, big eyelashes, and etc. I'm very comfortable with myself. You either accept me or you don't. I commend him for telling black women that he appreciates what he appreciates about them. If you're insecure, that's on you. You need to have a conversation with God. Feel good about you. Love you. God bless. Thank you, brother, for keeping it real." And then, like I told you guys before, you got the same person underneath roughly every single comment deciding to write the exact same thing. Right? That, as she stated, it is beyond his truth. People seem to forget nothing about us has ever been appreciated. Look at what Sarah Bartman endured. No other group had the treatment is always positive, and Kanye's spouse is a household name. So that doesn't help your case when fake is praised heavily and other alterations are praised and swept under the rug. But you know, the funny part is she doesn't talk about the fact that you got people like Russell Wilson. She doesn't talk about the fact that you got people like Denzel Washington, that you got like Samuel Jackson, that you have a lot of other black popular actors, that you have a lot of other black artists and black men out here that marry black women. See, this is the problem when it comes to these types of conversations, these types of answers and responses that are given, is that these people only want to focus on a certain specific group. Let's just be real. A lot of the people comment about Kanye would never even try to date Kanye. When Kanye first came out, all of these women talking about Kanye, they was not interested in Kanye. They wasn't sitting up here trying to say like, oh yeah, Kanye's this, he's that, he's the most attractive black man ever. I would sit up there and date him. I would sit up there and marry him. I would do this. I would. No. They weren't. They weren't. They were focused on every other high-profile guy at that time. But then, once Kanye sat up there and got his money up, and his name is now a household name, now you have all of these women magically, oh yeah, look at Kanye this and Kanye that. Now they want to pay attention to him. Nah, you should have been trying to pay attention to the dude when he was first coming up, when he was first doing, like, when he first got his deal with Rockefeller, when he was rapping during a time, when he was doing College Dropout and all of this other stuff, when he was making beats, you know, for a whole bunch of like other people out of Chicago. Where were y'all then? Y'all weren't nowhere to be found because realistically, you did not care. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Then we got Crow Black, who stated, "We'll believe everything bad about us, but we'll refuse to accept anything about us good until the system or the Caucasians say otherwise," which is true. That is 100% true. A lot of us won't believe anything factual. Like, you can put out a whole bunch of facts about that are positive about black people and all of the inventions that they've created, and you'll have a nice amount of black people that'll be like, no, we didn't do that. You're lying on that. What proof do you have, right? But then a moment in time that you have somebody who is not of the same complexion, who is not of the same ethnicity, basically state these things, magically it's like, oh my goodness, I didn't believe that this was actually real. I can't thank you for sitting up there being an ally. Thank you for pointing this out. Thank you for notifying me and letting me know this. I would have never known this if you didn't put it out. Yeah, that's factual. I've seen it with my own eyes on this platform. That is factual. And then, you know, you got the same old deciding to state that Mr. Translucent hasn't told me anything good. I don't know exactly who you're referring to. Are you talking about yourself? Are you talking about black men? Are you talking about the black community in general? I don't even know where to 100% even go with this, but, you know, like I said, it just seems like another way to do a blame game at this moment in time. Let's continue. Here we go again. The end began stated, "I didn't get married until I went natural." Cindy stated, "Congratulations." Heart eye emoji, 100%. But do you believe the guy on the video? Because I don't. He's old enough to already have a so-called natural wife, but what's the holdup? I didn't like the down there not matching and the carpet not matching the drapes comment. That was rude and crass, just saying. The end replied, "That we agree on. There was no need for any insulting vulgarity. It's all about preference. I wore weaves because they are easy and last a while. I was sort of addicted to them in a way. I gave away my heads in bundles and never brought another, but admittedly, it wasn't until the man I later married asked to see my hair. I felt some type of way at first. Then I understood it was only the man's opinion I cared about, and he liked my hair or no hair. I personally never disrespect anyone for the way they wear their hair, and that might be why he's single. LOL. So, like I said before, to me, it doesn't even seem like this individual. Like I said, this is my assumption, but it doesn't seem like this person is even married to a black man, because normally, when I've seen comments and I've seen black women that are married to black men, they will sit up there and actually state that throughout the comment. Now, some people might sit up there like, why does she have to sit up there and state that? Well, why do you have to sit up there and state that the only time that you either felt accepted or were accepted by a man was by one specific man who accepted your hair for the way that it is, right? He accepted your natural. Like I said before, if you're going to have an opinion or try to talk negatively about a black man, at least have something to back it up, because at no point in time did she state that her, quote unquote, like I said, she didn't state that, hey, my black husband would never, say anything or tell me anything like that. And she never said that. So like I said before, depending on how these things are written, you can specifically tell who people are and who specifically they are married to. Like I said, you can let people write whatever they want to write and they'll pretty much tell on themselves. But like I said, at the end of the day, this type of thinking that they have here, where you specifically just want to focus in on, zoom in on this one thing, you're not focused on anything else. You're not focused on the fact that he said that, hey, I'm a black man and I see you. I see the beauty that you have underneath all of that, and I love you for you. You're not focused on none of that. You're not focused on the compliments that he gave. You're focused on the fact that you don't like the second comment that he gave. You're not focused on the first conversation. You're not focused on all those positive compliments that he gave to that woman. You're focused strictly on that. Out of like a 2-minute video, you're focused on that part right there. All right. Okay. All right. So this person wrote, you can say that. So why don't you get with a natural sister instead of trying to change a sister? Do not approach a sister that is not natural. That wasn't the conversation. He stated his preference. He stated that he loves a black woman who is in her natural. He stated that he loves black women without makeup and everything like that. But for whatever reason, you decided that he should just only specifically go about this one way, which is fine and dandy, no problem with that. But did he say that he was approaching black women who have anything other than what he was looking for? No. Was that the conversation that was being had? No. Was he asked to basically give his opinion on this topic? Yes. So that's how the forum works. It is an open forum where you got black women that are up there that are not in their natural hair. The only one that was in their natural was the black woman from Living Single. I forgot her name at this moment in time, but she was the only one that was in her natural. That was it. That was it. And that was another reason why she was sitting up there laughing at what it is that he stated, because yeah, it is funny, because she know it is to be a fact that if you decide as a woman that you want to wear this certain type of hair, it's not going to match all the other hair that you have. It's just not. It's not. Let's not try to play games. let's not try to do that. But like I said before, this is yet again just another way to try to blame and bash a black man for his choice or his preference. Mind you, you have a lot of black women out here that have a variety of preferences, but yet guys ain't really technically speaking too much on that. We'll just let it be that. Like, you want a guy that's 6 foot 7, 7 feet tall, fine. You want a guy with 6-pack abs, looking like a superhero, fine. You want a guy that's going to sit up there and be in a certain tax bracket, have a certain job, have a certain paycheck or salary, not have no kids, never been married, never been divorced, have 3 cars, and fine, so be it. Go do you. But the moment in time that you got a guy looking for something that is so simple, it's nothing extravagant, so simple, magically it's a problem. Okay. All right, so you got the girl out here, Tippy Tipperton of the third Tippertons. She gonna kill me for that. All right, so she wrote, maybe some girls wear straight wigs and makeup due to the media brainwashing them to think that society only accepts a certain type of beauty. Today, it's a little more of melanin on TV, magazines, but majority of them were wearing fake everything and have fake bodies. And to be honest, a lot, not all, a lot of men go for that type. Plus, a lot of people talk ish about women with natural bodies. So it's hard to truly love everything natural about yourself when most guys go for the build a body type of girls. And people would bully you into plastic surgery. I do agree, black women need to be comfortable in their natural state and love everything about themselves. And F, right, what other people think. If a black man gives you a compliment, take it with a smile and thank him. Like I said before, I understand 100% with Tippy Tipperton of the third Tippertons has stated, at this moment in time. Like I said, I grew up in a household full of black women. So I get it. I've done videos on this a multitude of times, even defending, black women having a variety of hairstyles because I understand it's, for protection purposes. I understand it's for, all right, I just woke up. I just got to look, presentable. When I go out, I'm not trying to look any other type of way, whatnot, whatever, while I run my errands. Like I said, I get all of that. I get the women, I get the way and the reasons why black women do this, right? Didn't sit up there and say that that was wrong. What, right, the black man was sitting up there stating was that, yo, I love you for your natural, right? I love you for you, right? And then also to add on to that, what Tippy was sitting up there stating was the fact that you do have a lot of media brainwashing. You do have psychological warfare basically taking place on an everyday basis when it deals with little girls growing into, young girls into young women and then into full-fledged women, right? Throughout, those standards, that are there throughout those levels, they are progressively being attacked time and time and time and time and time again by both inside and outside sources. And in a lot of instances, you will have a lot of people in the black community that will negatively speak on a black woman if she is natural, if she does have her natural body, if she does want to do like the whole thing dealing with natural hair and a variety of other things like that. Like I said, she is, fully correct on that because I've seen it and I've witnessed it directly myself. And yeah, you do have, like I mentioned earlier in a previous comment, you do have some guys out there that will deem a certain body type attractive because they're looking at it for all intents and purposes, a sexual type of thing. It's not more so like a marriage type of thing. It's more so of like, okay, I gotta have this right now. I want to see, what this is like, and it's that type of deal, right? So, like I said, she is correct on that, but they go after that for other reasons that doesn't have anything to do with the woman's heart, with her mind or anything else, in that order. But like I said, much love and appreciation, Tippy. Thank you for leaving the comment on the page. And also y'all can catch Tippy in live streams when she decides that she wants to roll up to the scene and actually turn on her mic and start talking.
Here comes a new challenger!
All right, and let's leave it off with Kimberly Scott, right? Kimberly Scott stated that what the brother said was cold down truth. I remember a time where black women didn't give a damn about fashion they wore, what was available, and what they could afford. And they looked good wearing it in natural hair, braided afro puffs, afro straight hair, natural hair, and wear their natural hair any type of style they knew how to do it, and that looked beautiful. We didn't give a damn what or how society saw us as women, period. We have love and pride about ourselves, and we wasn't wearing clothes that were skimpy, showing our chest or see-through. Our curves showed through when we were fully clothed, covered up, and we looked good regardless, and the brothers would just come and ask you your number. But today, it's sad. We just let outside forces dictate to us what beauty is and what we should wear and not look like. And meanwhile, we lose our real, authentic selves by doing out of character things such as wearing fake lashes, fake nails, different color contacts, hair, etc. to be acceptable to society's image of beauty. To me, that's BS. God made us our individual selves in his image, and I feel that right there is real beauty, not the so-called European look. Please, we're beautiful just the way God made us and different in every way, not cookie cutter-ish. Because if we were the same, it would be boring as hell. I love being me and I love our people because we're very, very loving and accepting of others as well as ourselves too. But today, we act like we hate each other, and that's heartbreaking and painful to see that going on with our people. It's really sad that we stop loving each other as people because besides God, we only have each other, and we need to get back together as a people and back each other up and stick together. And I truly believe we can do that because God never left our side. And I hope that we'll get it together. We just have to dig in and try. I would just like to show some love and appreciation and many thanks to Kimberly Scott, along with many of the others who understood the message that the black man was stating and did not try to turn this into some type of gender war, into some type of black man versus black women, type of deal that we always happen to see by way of social media. Like I said, at the end of the day, it is not helpful to basically have that. Now, if it's used in a matter to basically critique a situation and to hopefully alleviate and to cause conversation, which will then try to, enact some type of healing, and it has a positive purpose behind it, so be it. Do what you do. But like I said, Kimberly pretty much stated exactly what it is. She stated pretty much the problem, that we have a lot of issues when it comes to us. Originally, like I said, when I grew up, black girls, they were wearing all types of hairstyles. Like if you go back and look at the 90s and like the 2000s, black girls and black women, they were wearing all different types of hairstyles. It was beautiful. You had a selection of choices. And now it seems like you just got, the greater majority pretty much wearing the same type of hairstyle. And I'm like, I understand, it is easy to sit up there and do the upkeep, it's whatever it is, and you can do it for a long time, but you can reuse it and, all these other things. But the thing that you happen to lose is how to deal with your own hair, how to style your own hair, how to, make yourself seem like an individual. Like I said before, have a woman or have a group of women that are with their natural, go to a club and look at them versus all of the other women that are basically there at that same club, roughly with the same hairstyles, roughly with the same type of dresses, roughly with the same type of makeup, hairstyles, and so on and so on and so on. Like I said, when you have a woman that is in her natural, her whole appearance and dress style is going to be vastly different versus a lot of other women. It's going to be vastly different. You can even look on pictures online and you can clearly see this. Like they have their own type of style, their own type of energy. And that's the thing that is needed. We need people to literally start being individuals out here, because the moment in time that is pretty much, all women start looking the same, it's going to be a problem, because you can't differentiate who is who or who has something different versus this other person. If you got pretty much women that have the cookie cutter type of approach, where it's like, all right, I'm going to get my body done at Build-A-Bear. I'm going to, go get my hair done here. It's like the same styles, the same colors. It's not going to be any type of difference. So therefore, you're going to attract the exact same type of men that these other types of women are basically attracting at the end of the day. And you're not going to see any difference of those men. So then you're going to come down to start complaining like, oh, these men are trash, these men this men that, I can't find a good man. Well, maybe you can't happen to find a good man because you look the same as every other woman out here. Maybe you can't seem to find a good man or different things like that because your energy is off. It's something that specifically has to do with you. Maybe if you take out the time to actually work on yourself and to love yourself and to acknowledge yourself and to value yourself and to instill certain positive attributes into you to build yourself up, maybe you would actually find that man that you're looking for. And maybe you'll actually see that beautiful woman that is actually inside of you that's been there the whole time. instead of trying to masquerade, fake the funk, and build something that you feel is a beautiful representation of you that is realistically not real and is just a falsification. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.